Konnichiwa, I'm John Hornick. Welcome to my Japanese Faves series, where we'll cover every major type of Japanese food. Today's lesson is Donabe 1. It's the first Donabe lesson that I'm doing, and it's a sweet chicken hot pot. Now, the star of this show is the Donabe, which is an earthenware bowl with a lid. These are flame-proof, and they're also oven-proof. They're often used at a table in a restaurant in Japan to cook the dish right in front of the guests, and the guests often participate in putting the ingredients in and cooking them. Now, today's dish is a hot pot. Now, in Japan, hot pots are known as nabemono, and they're basically like stews in Western cooking. And today's is going to be a sweet chicken hot pot. So it's going to be chicken focused, and it's going to be sweetened with white miso and with amazake. Amazake is a rice and koji based marinade, which is also used as a beverage in Japan. I have a separate lesson on how to make amazake. So let's start cooking. Okay, first step for making our hot pot is to preheat the oven to 350 degrees. Okay, next we want to season our chicken with some kosher salt and some freshly ground black pepper. And toss it to mix. All right, now we want to add some flour. Now you could dredge these pieces individually, or you can do it in a big bowl like this. I put in probably about 1/4 cup of flour. If we need more, we'll add more. All right, next we want to brown the chicken in some hot olive oil, okay? So you may need to do this in batches depending on the size of your pan. You want to brown all the pieces. I swirl them around a little bit in the oil to make sure that they have oil on them and they're not in a low spot or a high spot where it'll burn. So we just want to brown all of these pieces. Now, while your chicken is browning, we can toss the vegetables in some olive oil. First we add the mushrooms, then the sweet potato pieces, then the onions, and then your mixture of whatever you have: bok choy, spinach, arugula. This is bok choy and spinach. Your garlic, very thinly sliced. Minced ginger. Your bacon, thick cut bacon pieces that have been brought to a boil, simmered for 5 to 10 minutes, and then cut down the middle, and then cut into 1/2-inch pieces. So you end up with something that's roughly about 1/2 inch square, okay? Add those. And then your radish slices. Cut the radish in half, then slice into half moons, very thin, okay? Add those in there. Add some olive oil. How much? Well, you have to use your judgment. See how much you might need to coat all of that, right? And then lightly seasoned with kosher salt, freshly ground black pepper, and we want to toss that. So we get the vegetables coated with the olive oil, and we just want a light coating of olive oil, not a heavy coating, right? You don't want any olive oil pooling in the bottom of the bowl after you take all these vegetables out. Just want to get a light coating and get them well mixed up so that the salt and pepper gets well distributed. Okay, let's check on our chicken. Oh, beautiful, beautiful golden brown on the side that was skin side down in the pan. Turn them over. Do the other side. All right, while your chicken continues to brown, we can make the broth or sauce. I already have the 1 cup of dashi in the bowl here. We're going to add the sake, the miso, the amazake. You can see my bonus lesson on how to make amazake. The shoyu, and the grated or finely minced daikon. Mix it up. All right, let's check our chicken. Oh, beautiful brown. Okay, let's just take those out of the pan, hold them aside while we do the second batch. Beautiful. Look at the brown on that wing. Yeah. Okay. Now let's add the second batch of chicken. All right, while your second batch of chicken is browning, we're going to line the bottom of the donabe with the Napa cabbage leaves. Okay, so we just want to get them covering the bottom. Okay, so I just turned the second batch of chicken. Now we're going to add the vegetables to the donabe. Okay, here's our second batch of chicken, nicely browned. Good. Okay. We're going to take these pieces out, and the next thing that we're going to do is put them into the donabe with the vegetables. Okay, next thing we're going to do is put the chicken pieces into the donabe. Okay, we're going to fit them in as best we can. All right, next we want to pour the broth over the top. Then garnish with the slices of watermelon radish. It's a beautiful radish, actually. All right, now we want to cover it and put it into the oven and let it roast for 45 to 60 minutes until the chicken is fork tender. Okay, here's our donabe. I checked it after 45 minutes and the chicken was not quite as tender as I wanted it to be. You can see the broth boiling down in there, and the chicken is actually now just fork tender, fall apart tender, perfect. Okay, that is Donabe 1 in my Japanese Faves course, the Sweet Chicken Hot Pot. Please remember to subscribe to my channel. Oh, I forgot to say it. You can see photos of the final dish on my Instagram, which is at Chef's Apprentice Cook Like a Pro. Please remember to subscribe to my channel, and thanks for watching.